Hey guys, what's up, what's up? So, yeah, hopefully you like my last video of me, my son shaking up in my stomach. I'm not gonna be vlogging it out much. I'm just gonna show you guys every month or whenever I get the chance to make a video for you guys, of course. Other than that, my day was crazy. Hopefully you guys hate social workers as much as I do since I was like grade 5. So basically, and doctors and nurses and all that shit like that. So, anyways, so my day was crazily hectic. I had a social worker from Ministry of Children, Family and Health, and all that kind of crap. Anyways, besides that, the hospital social workers, quote unquote social workers from the hospital, were saying that I cannot take care of my son. You know why? Because they say, well, the reports, quote unquote, when I was younger, I had a learning disability. Learning disability really doesn't do much of anything, like, for my son. For me, having a learning disability, a slow learner, yeah, fine, whatever, right? But think about it, it has nothing to do with teaching my kid how to walk, how to talk, how to, look like me. Not look like me, but, he probably will look like, kind of like the dad too. But I gotta hunt down the dad. Anyways, besides that part, my mom has given up on taking care of helping me out with her own grandson. My dad's kind of given in to it, but he only said that he'd help to shut the fucking social worker's mouth up. They're kind of like shrinks and psychiatrists, and fucking hate them when I was younger too, because I've been through all that processing and all that testing and all that shit. So that was my day. So my thoughts was, I can take care of my son. I plan to move out with my son eventually, and looking into housing in Richmond, of course, to do this kind of stuff. And I still have a lot of friends that are they're supporting me, praying for me, and kind of helping me through this kind of phase right now where I'm pregnant by accident. It's not really on purpose, but and this, my mom called it more like a mistake or a slash curse. But yeah, I was blessed. Even though right now my mom's like, you're gonna suicide, kill yourself when your kid's gonna freak out like 5 hours of crying, or my dad said that too. Well, maybe the kid crying for like 2 3 hours, fine. Let them cry, do whatever they feel, and let them cry themselves to bed or whatever, right? So, anyways, it's gonna be hopefully I teach my kid well that he won't cry every 5 hours or every 2 hours. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me now? They think that I will shake up the kid and freaking tell him to shut the hell up. Like, well, what all I can do is if this kid starts to cry for maybe an hour or so, I'll be like, shh, quiet, calm down, buddy. I'm here. It's okay. We'll spend more time together. You know, or we'll go find the dad. We'll go talk, or we'll go spend some time with some uncles and aunts, and gonna have that kind of fun. But the thing is, one thing I'm excited for is to keep my son once he's born. The basic thing is once I cannot get a hold of myself, or they think that I might kill my kid or whatever, or when the kids are born, they will take my kid away to foster care. That's gonna be fucked up because I won't get to see my kid. And so, yeah. All I will be saying to myself is if I do get to see my kid, you know, for anything happens, I'll be happy, and he will be happy to see me. I am gonna plan. I'm using most of the friends that are adults now that they will help me through this and keeping my son because he's mine. You cannot fucking come to my pregnancy and fucking take my kid away because right now I'm pissed. And like it wasn't only that part, it was because they wanted to have my last decision. And if I go into a doctor, I have a good friend that will take care of my kid. As to saying that, I thought if I do give my son to adoption to someone I know, it's fine. If my mom's trying to hook me up with this pastor guy that he has a family and all that crap, and to give it up to a pastor that I don't fucking know, I'm like thought to myself, not really. And my mom trusts him and his family. And because she said, oh, I know his husband, know the wife, know the kids, blah, 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 and all that kind of shit. So, it's not that, I don't mind it. I don't mind if I do give this up, my kid up for adoption if I have to, but it's not to a pastor that I don't fucking know. Okay? If it was to a pastor I knew and he had kids and all that kind of crap, it's fine. I can still go see my kid once in a while, or 3 times, 4 times a week. It's fine. You know, I will be working fine. Maybe part time, full time, whatever I can get. Right? My mom was comparing me to her and saying, if somebody was to look for a job, who would hire you? Who would they hire first? My mom's like, I'm proud that they will hire me first. I'm like, depending what kind of industry you're working for, you know. For me, I got myself into the music industry, in modeling industry on my own, got everything else on my own. Like, food industry was on my own too. I didn't, well, a little bit of help from my mom because of the, courses, and she paid for it. Understand. But every time my mom's like, you have to follow the recipe. You think about it, you know, you don't have to friggin' follow a recipe. You can change it. It's not set in recipes are set in stone by certain cooks, right? Yes. But still in life, your life is not set in stone. We can make plenty of mistakes. Some of you guys probably have seen the movie Twilight, where Anna Kendrick talks about, in her grad speech, so like, you can make your mistakes, fall in love, like, because life is not set in stone. Because life, you can always change it. If you make a mistake, learn from it, grow from it, and go on, and move on, right? My mom thinks I cannot do that. She thinks I'm fucking slow, and, I can't do a penny thing. Anything. So I'm pissed. Slowly I'm venting my anger right now to you guys, sorry, but how I'm feeling. But hopefully you guys understand this, and hopefully you guys will help me through it. I don't want to be leaving my son to foster care, and my son will be fucked up. Generally, no matter if it was foster care, my son would be so fucked up. Period. If I have to, I will get people to hunt him down, my son, and be like, yeah, can you guys help me find where my son is planted in? I don't need fucking social work to be telling me where my son is. I'll be like, yeah, hey, my son looks like this. Can you see where they plant him? I do plan to find my son. I plan to nurse my son. Not put him in foster care and all that shit. So, I'm hoping if I can get into welfare, get to EI, get to do whatever I can to keep my son. So, right now they think that I'm financially unstable. That was really stupid about my job thing. But anyways, yeah. So hopefully you guys will pray for me. Keep me in your prayers. Share thoughts with your friends. Hopefully you guys can help me out to talk to social workers. Or not to social work, but to, family, friends. And hopefully you can get some help from there to keep my son by my side, of course, which I want 100%. I got one lady which is helping me. I've known her for years, and my mom doesn't trust her. So, yeah. I trust her more because I know her well, and I don't know her husband because I've never met him, but I've met her kids and all that stuff. So, yeah. Anyways, so from there, I will be trying my best to keep my son by my side. And so, yeah. I'm going to do everything in my power. When my parents do sell this house that you can see I'm living in, kind of, what I'm working on is moving out to a 2-bedroom apartment, or maybe co-op, maybe, where I'll only pay 30% with welfare and all that shit. Or if I can go into subsidized housing where they're paying me 100%, paying for the house 100%, which I can, do whatever, and I don't have to move. It's fine, So I'm hoping I can get qualified for that, and I can go from there, where I don't have to pay a penny, where the government will subsidize the housing for fully, 100%, which I hope I can get to, and be covered for that, So hopefully I qualify for that. It's fucking annoying, all this qualification stuff, but I'm hoping I can get to it. I just need everything I can get, I'm happy I get to give birth to my son. actually I'm really excited for right now. I'm at like 31 weeks right now. And I gotta hunt down the baby daddy, which I hate doing. And yeah. So now, if I knew I was pregnant at the time, which actually I didn't know at the time, because during my when I was at Hastings and I was working at the time, I thought I was just getting weight. Like basically, like when you eat a lot, you puff up, right? And I thought at the time, I could, how do you say, like burn it off, right? Go ride bike, go exercise, burn it off, right? I thought I could, and it went down a little bit, and after that, it grew bigger. I'm like, what the hell? And then I was gonna go to the doctor the next day until my mom said something. I was like, oh, she's like, she poked in my stomach. She's like, you're getting firmer, and I was like, oh, okay. And then when I went to the doctor, which the one she recommended, but I didn't want to go to, because she's like, I'm embarrassed that they know you and blah 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 blah. So I'm like, fine. So I went to another one, a walk-in clinic. He's an Indian guy, so he told me he's doing the heart scan and whatever. And the kid was already 2 months. Basically, in June, I found out that I was already 2 months pregnant, which basically makes me pregnant since in April, I think. Yeah, or in June. Yeah. So basically, yeah. So in April, I was already pregnant, and I didn't even know it. So kind of yeah. So I know the baby daddy. Baby daddy's around. He is, yeah. Not gonna talk about it much, but yeah. And another thing is that I will do my best to keep my son with me. Hopefully, your prayers will help. I am venting my anger. Sorry about venting, but yeah, I have to do what I have to do, because if I don't vent, I'm gonna be bubbled up with anger and more anger and more anger on top of more anger. So yeah, I want to keep my son 100% by my side, which I'm excited for if I do get to keep my son, but I really don't know if I can. Well, I want to, but I don't know if the ministry will let me, and I think they won't because of what the hospital's stupid social worker said about me. So yeah, I'm not gonna, I will fight for what I can and cannot get. So for sure, I'm gonna be fighting for my son and my rights to my son, and getting the child benefits, and getting, all what I can for my son. You know, I know I cannot be, I'll be there for my son 100%. I'll feed him, if I'm getting to a program called Good Food Bag or whatever from the Richmond place in Richmond, it's a place for babies and all that kind of crap. If I can do that kind of stuff, and I can kind of take care of my son from there with the food I'm getting from them, with the money I'm getting, help from them, from gift cards from them, from Superstore, and I'm get $30 every time, so I'm happy, and they're helping me well. My nutritionist, she's helping me with that, so she's teaching me about health, and I'm gonna keep up with her with my health, even though the baby's born. I'm eating multivitamins, which is good. 2 pills a day, because I don't eat breakfast, so that's kind of to subsidize the breakfast part. But I eat 2 pills, 2 vitamins a day, adding vitamin D, and also adding Ferromax. So Ferromax is basically iron deficiency, which I need sometimes. So it's what I'm doing throughout, vitamin D, yeah. So that's what I'm doing for my son. So I'm doing everything I can, and, it's not only that I'm not, how do you call, what is it? It's not only that I'm doing that for the nutrition part. I'm gonna get help from her. I'm gonna keep going to that place to get money, to get food, to get what I need from her. So I plan to live around Bennett Road in the future, and I plan to look into that housing. If she says, I'm looking to financial and housing part too. So because they're pretty close to me, and also with Carrie, Tracy was the one that doing housing, and with living with financial and housing is Tracy, with baby stuff from 0 to 2 months old, basically. It'd be Carrie. She'll be helping me out with that part, and with nutrition it would be Clara, which is, yeah, there are 3 of them. I love talking to them because they're easy to talk to, and I can sit down with them and be like, I have this problem, and I feel like venting it out is better than keeping it in my system. And I sometimes, to certain people, I can't really talk to them about it, especially my mom and my dad, because they have two different sides of life and two different sides of story. My mom is planning that while she's retiring, she doesn't want the kid with her, like my grandson with her, and my son with her, and basically that she wants me to give my son to adoption, and then she'll take care of me. Understand? Okay. Dad's side is basically about he'll take care of me. Like, if I had my son with me, he was bullshitting basically to shut them up. But still, I was just happy that he at least stood up and said, "Yeah, I'll take." He actually said this to my face. It's like blatantly said it to my face. Is this? Yes, I'll take care of you and your son, but you cannot drop your son on my lap. But you can. I will help you with your son and all that shit. So I don't know what I'm gonna do now, but all I can say is I'm happy. My anger's on my system, and I can kind of at least finally sleep in peace and not so stressed. I will be working on. Hopefully, you can look into a psychiatrist or a someone I can talk to about my feelings. My feelings. But yeah. Anyways, sorry to tell this stuff to you guys, but I had to vent out my anger. Yeah. Sorry for a long video, but I had to get my anger out. I cannot write it all down because it's too much to write, and yeah. If you guys have any questions, help me out. Keep me in your prayers, and I will keep you in mine. And my aspirants, hopefully you guys will help me out through this because I need a lot.